Witness the past. Long, tedious days of lifting, hauling, and tying. Infill high-rise development, putting buildings on land not much bigger than the building's footprint, has created its own set of problems for the construction industry.
The space constraints in job sites, especially in the GTA, where you have very little lay-down area for guys to work or for labor to work, to assemble these units.
Our site is getting more and more constricted. The whole site is about 45,000 square feet. The tower element is about 15,000 square feet. And right now we're on level 14. There's no spare areas for landing, for storage. So anything that's needed on the floor, it's got to be used, so there's no excess space up here.
It's 6 a.m. and there's only about 1 hour to get the columns and walls in place before the rest of the crews start to arrive to get the day's work done.
There's really no, the trade we call the boneyard, for people to tie up cages for column elements. So they're all welded with jigs at Salit's yard, and then when they come to site, there's very little effort required to drop them in place. The steel comes in place, we close it up, it's done, versus having significantly more people on the floor doing all the steel. So it's definitely labor saving, and for me, more importantly, eliminates a lot of risk in regards to time saving as well.
Once all the vertical elements have been put into place, it's ready to move on to the next phase of the project. This is the advantage of using Salit Steel's pre-constructed reinforcing cages and walls.
You can see that the verticals are exactly equally spaced.
The Salit Steel fabrication plant has refined the assembly of pre-engineered and pre-constructed rebar elements for construction sites.
Working in a controlled environment as is this, your ability to achieve the quality in an environment where you don't have the wind and the snow and the rain, inside the shop, our guys work, and it's very meticulously laid out. All of the engineering community is very concerned about welding procedures, especially welding procedures in the field. When we're in our facility here, this facility is also, it's audited quarterly by our engineer and the Canadian Welding Bureau representative.
Salit Steel has state-of-the-art machinery to cut, bend, and fabricate every reinforcing element needed in modern-day construction.
The vertical rebar is fed through the machine, and you have the coil, the 15M bar coming off the coil. Well, it could be 15 or 10M, coming off the coil, wrapping around your element, or sorry, your component, and welding it, tack welding it to each particular vertical. And what you're getting off there is a pretty solid cage you're getting off that machine. This is called a reinforcing steel or rebar carpet machine, okay? This machine utilizes, 15, 20, 25M rebar, and when it produces it in a roll, in what we call a carpet roll. These carpet rolls are delivered to the job site, and it's rolled out much like a carpet. There are really no limitations to what we can do in the shop. Like I said, we've got 50,000 square feet set aside, which is about a third of this facility.
The Salit Steel facility also has over 40 acres of storage space. They have the capability and the capacity to pre-assemble most of the pieces needed for any construction job well in advance.
So getting us on board early enables us to look at all of the problem components inside the structure and work that out. Transportation of these units do add to the cost. But inside our facility, because we are controlled here, your labor is working constantly. So if your labor is working constantly, you know you're churning out this product on a regular basis.
On any job site, saving time is saving money, and fabricating the beams in the shop also reduces job site injuries. Project managers who have used Salit Steel prefabricated elements are delighted with the results.
For this job, on the areas where we have placed the beams, it's helped us as far as the schedule goes and safety factor, and also it decreased the schedule and allowed us to pour the slabs in a quicker and more timely fashion, therefore being able to increase productivity.
For me, obviously deliveries, Hardwell has got 50, 60, 70 guys on, depending on when it is. So that truck's got to be there just, on the right time as scheduled. And that's the big benefit that Salit brings to the table. From my experience working with them for probably 20 years, is their sort of customer service is exceptional. When they make the promise, the stuff is here.
These prefab beams have significantly reduced the time it takes to install. In the future, I can see columns being prefabricated coming on site on the trailers, and all we have to do is hoist them off the truck, place them in the location that's required. And it's a great concept, and we're happy with it, and we see this being used in the future.